Welcome back, everyone, to Heinrich, a ship I've been wanting to bring you all for a long time. Heinrich is the Tier 7 tech line for the German battle cruisers. Again, everyone's probably played the ship. It's been out for at least, 2 years now? So everyone probably knows how to play this ship. It's super easy. Armor-wise, the armor-wise is not much different from Gneisenau. It's actually fairly similar. The only real difference between Gneisenau and this are really two things. I think her guns are more accurate. Yeah, the dispersion on these guns are 10 times better at 181 versus 221. There's a little bit less range, but that's not bad. Especially if you're only going to run this ship on operations and grind up from the 7, the 6, 7, and 8. And then you have enough XP on 8 to get to 9, then you don't need that extra range. But the ship is real easy. It's super fun to use. I really did enjoy this ship grinding in the old Nerari. Tier 7 only. It was a beast. You throw Luchans on this thing, and you're going to have a fun time. Even without a Luchans, you're still going to have a fun time. But definitely, it tells you that it needs to be full secondary build. The torps are another great thing. 10 kilometers. They are 50 knots, so they are slow. So what you want to do is get into the target and basically torp them and keep going. If you stop, you're screwed. So let's say you're doing a drive-by on the Missouri, on Nurai. You try to angle in, bounce as many of those shells on that belt armor, aim your gun, try to hit a citadel, and then torp them to finish them off without taking too much loss of health. That's pretty much the gist of it. It's the same as Gneisenau's play style, roughly. The only real thing is that this ship, I think, gets better. No, actually, it does about the same as a stock Gneisenau. But, I mean, it'd be very simple for the equipment. Auxiliary armaments, damage control, and, well, it really depends if you want steering gears or damage control. I would honestly take steering gears because even with the upgraded hull, that's still 14 seconds. And that would allow you to have more maneuverability as a battle cruiser. Because it is a battle cruiser after all. It's not a battleship. But the bread and butter of these things, of this whole line, is the secondaries. These have to be secondary built. There's no if, when, ifs, or buts. So the build is very similar. It's very simple. Now you could take Demolition Expert off, but since these are limited charges, you don't technically need this skill. You really don't. It's more of a preference. I don't take it. I prefer Demolition Expert, Inertia Fuse for the 25% to armor pen and secondary, HE capacity penetration, and then full secondary build. And then when you look at the secondaries, they do cross the 105 millimeters, cross that 32 millimeter threshold, which is critical. That's why the IFHE is so critical. Because when you cross that 32 millimeter threshold, it really ends up being a different ship. Because 32 millimeters is usually the standard for most ships at Tier 8, Tier 7, and some in Tier 9. It really depends on the cruiser, but the 32 millimeter threshold means you'll pin a lot of ships. So like Baltimore or Buffalo has 27 millimeter all around it, 32 millimeter secondaries, pin it all over. And that's Tier 7 secondaries. So you're pinning that ship all over. So this is literally the build. After that, again, it really depends if you're going into randoms or you're just running operations. Adrenaline Rush is a must. I definitely would recommend Emergency Repair Expert for sure. Then it really depends on your preference. If you want Close Quarters Expert, you can do that. But most people would go Concealment Expert for the most part as a kind of a hybrid build to do randoms, ranked, brawls, those kind of things. I would do the hybrid build because it allows you that flexibility to do whatever mode you want. But if Tier 10 Ops came, then I would recommend just doing, Close Quarters. Because we'd just be running Sleefens all day. But that is Heinrich in a nutshell. We'll show you in the replay how the ship really works. Hello, and welcome back to Tech Line with Prince Heinrich. The start of where this line really starts to get fun, but also really easy. I'm dealing with Volrong in the North Col, or the North Col CRL, to be exact. Arizona, Rochester, Maya, Asteris, and Pensacola. Now, I am a full secondary build. So, standard secondary build, demolition expert, IFHE, because it allows you to cross a 32mm threshold, and on these ships, it's generally recommended. And then the both secondary skills for long range and then manuals. That's basically standard. And Heinrich's been another ship I've wanted to bring you guys for a while. It's just, I haven't been in the mood to really make these ships. But with the anniversary, well, it provides me with an opportunity to play some ships I don't usually normally play. And get some ships that I wanted to bring you guys for a long time. I get a nice shot, that's around 20k, but the North Carolina just gets dwarfs me and just deletes it. Bonk indeed, Warren. Bonk indeed. You just deleted that thing off the map. Didn't even give it a chance to live.
Dead ahead.
Now, with the Hydro, we do avoid the twerps, thankfully. Since we're in not a good position to put we do put secondaries on the on the Queen Elizabeth, but we're gonna beach. So we switch back to killing the DD. Our fire does pick it up, so 6k, not bad. And I do need to get some help. I'm a Heinrich, I'm not a North Col, I gotta get some help back. I'm usually playing more aggressive, but in this ship, you want to play a little bit more conservative. You want to get that extra, you want to have that extra help. The only downside is that with me trying to conserve my health, Vorum is being, aggressive, and someone has to be the aggressive battleship. I'm giving him what support I can, but there's not much I can do. I don't know why the New Mexico or the Arizona shot HE at the floor. There, when there was a perfectly healthy cruiser in front of him. We bounce the shells from him, and we drop torch. Worm gets a good shot, I get a decent shot. The torch will pick it up.
The ship is on fire.
Enemy battleship destroyed.
Problem solved, sir.
Enemy cruiser detected.
Get back.
And the Arizona is going in there for no reason at all. No reason at all. And I'm like, must be a newbie to Voron. Because that makes no sense at all. And he goes, yeah. Because any of you guys that play operations are like probably thinking, what the hell? I'm thinking, what the hell? New Mexico, Arizona has like a 35-second reload. There was no point for him to go there.
Ships were destroyed. Torpedoes to port.
Torps coming in, we pop the Hydra. We barely miss it. Barely miss it. A nice 20k on that Cleveland.
The ship is on fire.
But then he shoots one gun and sets me on fire. Go figure it. Although unfortunately Vorum's got a double fire on him. I load my guns to shoot the Lexington because I want to help the Rochester out. We're gonna need him, and I want to keep him alive.
Attention, enemy forces detected.
Get a nice 15k on it. That helps him a lot at the Rochester. Now I'm not going to shoot it again because I want him to have the rest. I just want to take some pressure off him.
Enemy destroyer detected.
I didn't have the force selected, that's why the shells didn't do it. And But yet I still do like 23,000. Just not enough to kill it. Vorum is unfortunately pushing in, and while it is a North Call, it doesn't have that health wall. And then you see the Arizona, instead of going down the channel, it's going the wrong way around. So, that is textbook newbie playstyle. Then he's showing his side to the, well, New Mexico. So, I mean, Vorum is going to go down. I'm trying to give him as much support as I can, but there's only so much I can give. We got a flood and a fire on the Britannia. Vorum picks it up. Fortunately, the Maya comes in, and it really does help me on that Omaha, because I was worried about that Omaha there for a second. But we passed 206K.
This is the convoy commander. Our troops are starting to land.
Nice. Like 19K. Fortunately, we do lose a transport there. So, my only goal is to try to get that 1,400 troops. Pensacola picks that up, so kudos to him. Now the other cruisers have spawned in, so I'm going to push.
Protect the base zone.
The Maya's taking the fire from the anchorage, but I've got to get this guy down and draw their fire so that they shoot me and not the transports. Because the Maya's going to go behind the rock, so I'm going to be the only one drawing their fire.
The ship is on fire. Problem solved, sir. The ship is on fire.
Managed to get 3 torps. He misses us. Unfortunately, we beach on this ship, so we're not able to go in and use our second set of torps on the Chappie or the Colorado, which is unfortunate. But we still barely cross, 300K. I don't know what my guns are doing. I wasn't really paying attention. I could have probably got to cross 300K. And I'm trying. I could have had my guns, but I screwed up. But the good news is the transports are safe. That's all that matters. All that matters is securing that transport. Because that's what happens. Everyone forgets about the anchorage. They anchor charge in, kills the 2 transports, and you're done. I protected the transports. Rochester's come back in. And solid 5 stars. A good display of Heinrich, and a good display of teamwork. Colorado kills Rochester, but the torps and the Maya kill the Colorado. So assistant, a little bit of free XP, 297k for a tech line. Top of the team, or almost top of the team, unfortunately. Still a decent display. I mean, obviously, any cruiser that goes for those transports is usually always going to be top. That's just a given. That's always going to be a given. You can do so good in a battleship, but odds are the cruiser or ship that always goes with the transports is always going to be on top. Came close, though. Came close. Maybe if I had gotten that second torpedo hit and been able to keep fighting a little bit longer, I might have been able to get it. But it's a solid 5 stars. I can't complain. I'm happy with second. Forum got third. Rochester got fourth. He earned it. The top 4 guys really did earn their position. Even top 5 guys. I really do think the Maya should have got his Fox among the hen house because he deserved it. There was no reason for the Arizona to go down there. No reason at all. So he got robbed on that. So that's unfortunate for him. I feel bad for the Maya. So if you're in a slow-ass battleship like that, don't do that, please. Not just a waste of your time. It pisses off other players. It's not great. And don't try to steal it if they've got it all down. They've killed like 3 or 4. And you steal the last one. Don't steal it, please. That's just very unsportsmanlike. And they've earned it at that point. If they kill 3, they've earned the last 2. They kill 4, they've earned the last 1. But they've earned it. As long as they're down there doing the job, they've earned the medal.